measure the milk. Yeah. It is wobbly. Hold on a minute. Cease the wobble.
Is that going to be the
Yeah,
the motto
after
for the year?
Christmas. Yeah, cease the wobble. Morning, welcome back.
Hi.
This is our very first weigh-in since before Christmas. We haven't weighed in for 3 weeks, maybe?
Yeah, because my group is a Saturday group. So Saturday was Christmas Day, Saturday was New Year's Day, nothing was open. The group I was going to go as to weigh in as a backup.
Which was last Tuesday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the plan. And then the consultant got COVID. So it's all been very up in the air. And also, speaking of up in the air, we've had no consultant. Because ours left, retired, and for all of last summer, autumn, winter, we've had consultants doing a rota system with our group. So they do 2 or 3 weeks in, then they go and someone else would come in. It's all been nuts.
And it was locked down as well, so it was all virtual.
It started
meetings,
off virtual
it?
And then it went into group, and it's just been a bit weird. But a new consultant started today.
Yeah. Your very own
Our very own consultant.
So it's a new year and it's back on track in more ways than one, I'd say, wouldn't you? I did bring something from last year with me, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
Me.
Apart from you.
Oh.
Because you're there every year.
Yeah, I know.
Just drag you along for the laugh.
Yeah, right.
I left these Christmas lights up. These were Christmas lights.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, well, it's a bit sparkly and need a bit of light in your life. There it is, it's in the corner.
Me.
Yay.
Okay, so I was going to say how's the week been, but actually it's weeks.
Weeks and weeks.
Plural.
Weeks and weeks and weeks.
Christmas weeks at that.
Well, Christmas. There you go. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that, really.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah. I actually think that our meals haven't been too bad. Our meals haven't been too bad.
No, I think we've been on plan with meals.
Yeah.
Throughout, actually.
Yeah.
Even down to okay. So I think there were like extras. I think Christmas Day we actually had a flexi day because of the extras, things like cauliflower cheese and things like that. But generally it was all right. It was the other stuff mainly.
All the bits in between.
But I mean we've spoken about this quite a lot this morning, haven't we? I feel like a broken record a lot of the time because I say this often, which is there is a lot going on for us at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think I sometimes think that actually Slimming World can go on a little bit of a backward burner when there are other things going on. Having said that, because I know we can be a bit of, we're like a really bad version of EastEnders at times, aren't we?
Yeah, not
with
quite
things,
so dramatic.
The things that go on, but you can put a spin on things though, I think, because, and it's something that I've come to realise actually, having spoken to the lady that does my CBT, because that's still ongoing as well, is that because she's aware of the other things that are going on for us at the moment, or going on for me particularly because it's me that she deals with, and she's actually said to me, do you feel that now is the right time to continue with this cognitive behavioural therapy? And it made me realise actually that this is the ideal time regardless of what's going on, because it's the one thing actually that I can control. The other things are out of my control. They're not in my hands. I can't do anything about them. It's basically a suck it and see type situation with the other things. But with this, it's something that I have control over. And we started talking about it this morning and realised actually, so is Slimming World. It's the one thing that we can control. So it's the one thing that keeps you, or can keep you grounded.
Yeah.
Because you can focus on that and you can make it, you know, what you need to make it. And that can only be a good thing.
It definitely offers you routines, boundaries. Yeah. It's predictable. It's reliable. It's certainly for me in the past, not from when I lost my brother, but prior to that, it was very much useful. It kept me focused on something, and I think this year it's going to serve that purpose again.
Yeah, and I think also as well, because we were talking about it and you were saying last time, because we've just done this journey before and got to Target, it really kicked in for you when you lost your job.
Yes, it did. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because I felt like everything was spiralling out of control. I didn't know what I was going to do. How I always said that, you know, I'd do my very best to keep everything together, and at that point in time I didn't know how I was going to manage that. I found Slimming World gave me a routine and stability, like I've just said.
Yeah.
When everything else was like spiralling out of control around me, that was the one thing that I could focus on and that could center me, and I became very blinkered actually.
I think we
very
both did.
Yeah.
We both did, and we were consistently losing weight.
Yeah, every week.
Consistently, or even through Christmas.
Yeah.
We lost weight because we were that focused. Yeah. Because it was the one thing that we could sort of almost grab hold of. That just stayed constant, you know, and was like, it was almost like our straight and narrow. And I think it's going to be that way again. And I think it also helps actually having a new start, having a new year. It makes you feel like you have a starting point.
Although we haven't started again.
No.
I haven't like joined or rejoined is the word. I haven't done that. It's just the start of the new year, isn't it? It's always that
just
fresh
gives you
start feeling.
It almost gives you like a footing to start from. And you were saying as well that when you went to group this morning and you were talking to, you know, the Wayne lady very well, don't you?
Yes, very well.
So
yes.
What was she saying?
She said to me, well, she said, I put on £7. She said, and I was one of the better ones. So if you're doing better than that, you're doing all right. Which, you know, brilliant. I do remember groups in the past. The post-Christmas weigh-in was almost okay. So who's put on the most then? And there was that feeling about it.
Okay.
So, and today was the same with those of us that you know, were members. There were a lot of new people. But those of us that were members queuing and getting weighed, it was very much okay, how did you do?
I mean, it's probably nice as well for that group, because that group's really been disbanded for quite a long time.
Yes.
So, I mean, and a lot of people were actually saying that they felt, particularly over the Christmas period, there was no one to turn to. You didn't have a consultant.
Because
there wasn't a Facebook page.
No, because of that, yeah. No phone number.
You have no one to speak to. So you were all on your own, really.
Yeah, we were.
It was like some sort of Slimming World apocalypse going on.
And quite a lot of them left to return today when the new consultant started. They left a while ago, so it's nice to see old faces. I think out of all of us, there may have been 5 of us that stuck with it.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see the old faces. It's also nice to see new faces. And it
there lots?
Oh, loads of new people. Yeah.
Yeah.
More than I think I've ever seen before.
Okay.
So
that's interesting.
Yeah. Anywho.
I mean, we were talking about last week when I think one of the videos we put out was having, you know, a new year and new regime.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we were looking at was actually trying to get into walking more. And because actually we've researched it, isn't it funny though? It doesn't matter where you live. There's loads of places around you that you never knew about. And we started researching like paths and, you know, different walks that we can go on in various areas near us. There's so many places
that we never knew about.
That just look, they, you know, I just wish the weather would, because the weather's not
That's
great
why
at the
I'm
moment.
smiling, because it's rained every day since we said that.
Hopefully we can get out tomorrow.
Yes.
So that's one of the things, because I suppose you need to have some sort of not the, what's the word? So we've got this new regime for walking, but we need other things that we can sort of put into place that we can fall back on. And I was thinking actually, you know, I did a craft with Kath video. It was, oh, and I have to say, I have to tell you this. I have to tell you this.
You better say it, Kath.
Because things almost came to blows last night when, if you've seen the craft with Kath video that I did, pebble painting, and at the end I showed the various pebbles that I've already painted and made into magnets. And Abby watched that video.
It's not like Abby to watch all our videos.
No, she doesn't watch any of them because she finds them boring.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Well.
But there you go. And she came down and she said, that pebble you showed that you said you made was the one I made. So I'm just putting it out there so that you know, because I don't want to plagiarise her artistry. Or, well, it's not plagiarise. It's not plagiarise. It's just stealing. It's stealing. That's what it is. It wasn't mine. Yeah. So the pebble in question is the spotty one. It's the mandala one. Yeah. I thought it was good. So it ended up in there.
Yeah. But that was
Abby's. It wasn't mine. I'm very sorry. Please forgive me. There you go. That should cover it, I think.
I think that's sorted.
But the point of lift music, I hear the lift music again. The point was, I think crafting is a very good way of, again, it's another way of grounding yourself, of being mindful, and it can help. And with CBT as well, CBT, I've been told on certain occasions, if there's certain things that I enjoy doing, like metal detecting or mudlarking, or things that I can do at home, like crafting, to do them, because it's a really good way of keeping you focused on something. And I think often when it comes to Slimming World, and just food in general, you can get a bit wayward because you're not focused on something.
And for me, it's filming as well, filming and editing and you know, the recipes and so on. That helps me because it just makes me focus on what I'm doing. So all of it is about mindfulness and being in the zone, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think we need to be in the zone.
I think we do. We're going to do...
Should we get to the cut to the chase?
Yeah, go on.
I think we should. And I mean, you know, what we decided to do was actually make our boards up, because, you know, you don't want to be sat here for hours.
While we drop our baubles and stars everywhere.
So we've already done it. Shall I go first? Shall I go first? So the intention was that we wanted to maintain, basically, over this period. We wanted to try, and I suppose if we were at Target, we'd have a £3 either way to play with. went over that, just a tad. So I actually gained 5.5 pounds over the last 3 weeks. So
yes,
this is how my board is looking now. I am having to work to get back to my 2 stone award.
But you're starting the year lighter than you started last year.
That's very true. That's very true. So I'm just gonna have to work at it. Like I say, we've already decided that that's it now. We're gonna go for it, just like we did before. We're gonna go for it and refocus. It's a new year. We're gonna refocus. So that's me.
And I went to group, got the new book, got the new pack. Everybody got one, even like members that were members already. So I'm going to have a good read through that at some point. I don't think anything's changed. I haven't heard that anything's changed. I think it's just new packs. Stood on the scales, bearing in mind the way lady said that she'd gained £7 and that was good in the context of the group gains. And I stepped on the scales and I'd gained £6. So I did really well. Well, I felt like it at the time.
Well, it's an average gain of £2 a week, isn't it? Which is kind of, I suppose, what you'd expect.
I'm not actually that bothered. It's been a tricky few weeks, and I'm not that bothered because I know that we can get that off.
Yeah.
With focus and sticking to the plan.
Yeah.
So my board looks like this, which is frustratingly close to that second star, £0.50. To get back to my 2 stone award, I was at my 2.5 briefly. 2.5 is the halfway point for me. So.
What was your consultant saying though? Because your consultant actually...
Oh, she said, thing is, I did have 2 cups of tea before weigh-in, and normally I never do that, but I was up very early. And also it's Star Week. So the consultant said, well, for Star Week and 2 cups of tea, you can probably discount £1.50 for that.
No, I think she's talking more about the Star Week, wouldn't she?
Yeah, probably.
But hadn't she also said something about herself? So she gained
£4 and she stuck to plan religiously all week and she'd lost 3.5.
Yeah.
So it's just the way it is, isn't it?
So it's kind of like, as long as you... I think the thing to think about as well is quite often when you eat off plan, that can kickstart your metabolism. When you go back onto plan, it can kind of kickstart your metabolism, can't it?
True.
So that's another thing to bear in mind, which may help with the weight losses with it over the next few weeks. Yeah.
Well, that is how it looks. 2.5 stone is my halfway point in the journey, which is where I was at briefly. So I'm not quite at halfway, but my goal is to get there before Christmas, the next Christmas that comes around.
Yeah, you're talking about reaching target.
Yeah, to get to target.
Dropping 5 stone.
Well, no, it would be
3. Altogether.
Yeah.
5 stone altogether.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is about how long it took me to put it all back on again.
Yeah.
By the end of it. Because, you know, these things don't happen overnight. I didn't gain it overnight. I'm not going to lose it overnight. I gained it over a good couple of years. So, therefore, in my head, it will take me that long to lose it. Should we go on to...
Yes, do.
Viewer's choice recipe. We haven't done this for a while, have we?
But this is also something else that we can focus on because this is the new Pinch of Nom book that Laura got for Christmas.
I love this book. Abby also loves this book. She's been through every single page.
Yeah, she has.
In fact, it's Abby who's chosen the viewer's choice recipe for you guys this week.
We thought it'd be good actually to try and get Abby on board with the food because she's a much fussier eater. And quite often what happens is we end up having 2 different types of meals. So Abby's had a look through this and decided the kind of meals that she'd like to eat as well.
Yeah.
So they'll be coming up, and she's chosen Viewer's Choice for us as well, as you've already said. So
yeah, now these books do not come with sim values, so I've sat and I've worked out the sim values for these recipes, which is my plan for the entire book at some point, as and when we get to do them all. So the first recipe, and this is very typical of Abby, it's very Abby friendly, is bacon and leek mac and cheese. So it should look like that. And it's 3 sins per portion plus a healthy extra A. And the sins are found in milk, reduced fat spread, corn flour, and the healthy extra A is cheese. and everything else is sim free. So it's bacon and leek mac and cheese.
Yeah, choice number 1.
Her second choice is beef stew and dumplings, and I think she probably chose this more for the dumplings than the stew, because she does like dumplings. And this one is it's 4 1/4 it worked out, sins per serving, so we'll round it up to 4.5.
Yeah, better
Just
to be on the safe
protect
side.
your weight losses.
Yeah.
And those sins they come in self-raising flour and corn flour, and then there's like whole lists of like things that go in there that's sin free and speed. So that's good. So beef stew and dumplings. And her third choice, also very Abby.
Yeah.
Hunter's chicken pie. And this is sin free. So that's a sin free one. So to recap,
Got to find them again now.
the first one is bacon and leek mac and cheese. The second one is beef stew and dumplings. And the third one is Hunter's chicken pie. They're all winter warmers as well.
Yeah.
And it's very grey and rainy.
Well, it's comfort, but it says it's comfort, isn't it?
I suppose.
Pinch of nom.
Yeah.
Comfort food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love comfort food.
So if you pick one of those recipes and let us know, we'll count up the votes.
Yeah, just leave
choose
a comment below
Yeah.
with your choice, and we'll count them all up, and then
Cook it for you, film it for you, and eat it for you. Yes.
as long as it's nice.
It's likely to be cooked next weekend when Abby's home, so
Yeah.
keep an eye out for that one. I think we might have covered quite a lot of ground there.
Yeah, I feel like I've done a lot of talking.
24 minutes.
Yeah. It's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
I'm sure most people have been asleep now. But I've got a way of waking them up.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Steady. Go. Sparing no expense. There you go.
You know who you are.
That's for one of our viewers.
Right, shall we leave it there?
Yes.
Okay.
One more thing to say.
Oh.
Whatever kind of week you're having, I hope you're having a great week on plan. Let us know how you're getting on. Are you somebody that's just started Slimming World, or have you been doing it for a while? And how was Christmas for you? And have you got any ideas as to how you might change things up during the year? Because we're always up for some new ideas. Right, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you on another video.
See you on the next one.
Take care.
Bye.
Ta-ra!